All right, so picture this. You wake up, you're startled by that alarm, stumble to the bathroom, glance in the mirror, and bam, your tongue is black. Yeah, not exactly how you pictured starting your day, right? But what seems like a scene straight out of a horror movie is actually a surprisingly common thing. It's called black hairy tongue. And no, before you ask, it's not actually hair growing on your tongue. Don't worry, we'll get to that unsettling little visual in a bit. Today we're going deep, diving into the world of black hairy tongue. We're going to uncover the causes, the symptoms, even how to get rid of it. Consider this your crash course and everything you need to know. So next time you're at the dentist, you can impress them with your knowledge, right? Now, before we get to the black part, let's start with the basics. What should a healthy tongue even look like? Think pink, maybe, with a light whitish coating. That coating. Well, it's mainly keratin. That same protein that makes up your hair and nails. See, our tongues are covered in these tiny bumps. They're called papillae. And these little guys are constantly shedding dead cells and keratin. It's like a mini ecosystem just hanging out your mouth.
Exactly. And just like any ecosystem, your tongue needs balance to thrive. Think of it this way, your tongue. It's like a mirror, reflecting your overall health. When this mini ecosystem is in tip-top shape, it means your body's doing all right too. But when things get out of whack, well, that's when issues like, you guessed it, black hairy tongue can pop up.
So it's not just about aesthetics then.
Not at all. Neglecting your tongue is kind of like forgetting to wash your dishes for like a week. Things build up, bacteria throws a party, and let's just say it won't be pretty, not to mention the smell.
Okay, ew. I get it. So poor hygiene, that's a major culprit. But what else can tip the scales towards, a black tongue? I've heard some things about coffee being a suspect. Is that true?
You heard right. Even little everyday habits, like that morning cup of coffee, can contribute to a black tongue. So it's not always about forgetting to brush. Dark beverages, they can stain your tongue. And those stains, they love to cling to your papillae, especially when those papillae get overgrown, which, by the way, that's actually what creates that hairy appearance we were talking about.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack this whole hairy situation, because that's the part that always gets me a little freaked out.
Of course, it's not real hair. Remember those papillae we talked about? Well, they can sometimes become elongated. And when they do that, they trap debris. And then they can kind of take on the color of, well, whatever you've been eating or drinking. Like, say, your morning coffee or black tea. Imagine a shag carpet from the 70s. But it's just trapping dust. It's kind of like that.
So we're talking about elongated papillae, not like a Sutter forest sprouting up on my tongue. Got it. That's reassuring, I guess. Though I gotta ask, how elongated are we talking here? Like, am I gonna wake up and my tongue will look like a chia pet?
You don't have to worry about your tongue turning into a chia pet. While it can be a little alarming to see those elongated papillae, in most cases, black hairy tongue is benign.
Benign, meaning?
Meaning harmless.
Yeah.
It's more of a cosmetic thing than a medical emergency.
Okay, good to know. So I don't need to call 911 if I see a little black on my tongue. But what about other symptoms? Are there any red flags we should watch out for?
Exactly. A little discoloration is usually nothing to really worry about.
Okay.
If you start feeling a burning sensation or you have like that persistent bad breath, those are signs that you don't want to ignore.
So like a burning sensation that's more serious.
It could be. It could mean an infection or some other underlying thing. That's when you definitely want to get it checked out by a doctor.
Okay, so pay attention to those tongues, people. They're trying to tell us something. But let's say you've got a mild case of black hairy tongue. Nothing too crazy. What's the treatment plan? I'm guessing a good old toothbrush is involved.
You know it. Your tongue needs some love too. Just like your teeth, brush twice a day, every day.
Makes sense. And our sources, they back that up. They also mention flossing and using a tongue scraper.
Those are all great habits if you want to keep your mouth healthy. And don't forget about timing. Brushing about 30 minutes after you eat or after you have things like coffee, red wine, that can actually help stop those pigments from settling in. And that'll help prevent stains.
Okay, so it's all about those little habits right now. Now I'm thinking, I definitely don't give my tongue enough attention when I brush.
It happens. But think of it this way. When you take care of your tongue, you're making like a small investment.
Yeah.
And that investment, it pays off big time when it comes to your overall health. We're not just aiming for white teeth here. We want a healthy pink tongue, too.
And who doesn't love a good return on their investment, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to, flashing a healthy smile. Or I guess I should say a healthy tongue. Speaking of things that can impact our tongue's appearance, we haven't talked about medication yet. Our sources mention certain meds can also cause black hairy tongue.
Yeah, that's right. Some antibiotics, antipsychotics, even some cancer treatments can have that side effect.
Huh. Interesting. So it's not always about something we did or didn't do. It could be a side effect from taking care of another health concern.
Exactly. Just goes to show it's always good to be mindful of how our bodies react to different medications. If you notice something weird after starting a new prescription, even if it's just like your tongue looks different, talk to your doctor.
Noted. It's kind of amazing how much this little muscle in our mouth can tell us about our health. And we've only just scratched the surface today.
Oh, we have.
Uh,
And it really makes you wonder,
yeah.
what if your tongue could actually talk? What other secrets could it spill about what's going on inside?
Ooh, that's a good one. Maybe it'd tell us when we're dehydrated, or if we need to take some vitamins. Or maybe it would give us some real talk about our food choices, like, dude, seriously, another burger.
Probably a bit of both.
Okay, but on a serious note, the tongue, it's a powerful indicator of our health. We learned that a black tongue, well, yeah, it looks kind of scary. It's often harmless and easy to fix, especially if you're brushing right. But it could also be a sign of something that needs a doctor's attention. So, moral of the story, listen to your body, and if you're concerned, talk to your doctor.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Good oral hygiene isn't just about having a nice smile. It's a big part of your overall health and well-being.
Love that. Thanks for diving into the world of black hairy tongue with us today. And to our listeners, we'll catch you in our next deep dive.
It's like it's waving a little flag, Hey, down here, pay attention to me.
And the more we learn, the easier it'll be to understand what it's trying to tell us. That's a cool thought. What if we could just, read our tongues to figure out what our bodies need? No more blood tests, just a quick tongue check in the mirror.
That would be something. But for now, I think the important thing is don't ignore your tongue.
Right. Good oral hygiene, paying attention to how you feel, a little tongue love goes a long way.
Absolutely.
It's all connected.
Well, I think we've given everyone a lot to think about today. Hopefully no one's looking at their tongue too closely right now.
A healthy tongue means a healthier you.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for exploring the weird and wild world of black hairy tongue with us. And to everyone listening, until next time, stay curious.